Hey guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Dynamite tonight was a solid show. Storylines moving forward for AEW World Championship, AEW Women's Championship, AEW International Championship. Also Adam Copeland making his move up towards TNT Championship. Also Sting and Darby Allin are finally getting their AEW Tag Titles match in 2 weeks' time. So that story is interesting to follow, with the Young Bucks behaving like the EVPs backstage. The show opens with the intro video. Samoa Joe makes his entrance and gets on the microphone. He greets Savannah and talks about the new championship endeavor we're embarking on. And from tonight, opportunities must be earned in battle. And that opportunity is to have the worst night of your life, just like Hook got last week. So Hook makes his entrance. He says last week, Joe won and he lost. And he shakes Samoa's hand and pulls him in close and says he doesn't know when or where, but he will see him again. Joe says he bets he will, but for now Hook should go to the back of the line, and he calls security to send him there. Hook takes it to 3 security guards, Tazplex on one and Redrum on another. Tamor hit the ring, and finally the cold-hearted handsome devil waves it off and leaves. I think a good follow-up after last week's main event for Hook. So moving on to the first match of the night between Hangman Page and Penta. A very good match between the professionals. Hangman is fantastic. The things he can do in the ring is quite exceptional. A stare down on Samoa Joe as well, who is on commentary for this match. Hangman Adam Page wins by pinfall with the buckshot. Important victory for him moving forward, possibly a triple threat match at Revolution. Backstage, Renee interviews Orange Cassidy. He says okay, he'll wrestle Roderick Strong at Revolution on March 3rd. That's like 6 weeks away. If he wants to wait that long, fine. But he's gonna keep wrestling. And he asked Toni to get some of his friends and enemies and put them together in a #1 contenders match on Rampage. Back from commercial, the Young Bucks are interviewed. Nicholas demands respect by being called their passport names. And Matthew says backstage morale is through the freaking roof. They fixed the catering problem, and they're here to make sure the show runs smoothly. Top Flight roll up and they give them for dressing poorly and not carrying their credentials, and threaten a fine next time and act like they killed it. I think this Young Bucks character is fantastic. Television and storyline with Sting and Darby is gonna be great. Next up is Wardlow versus Trent. A good showing of Wardlow as he built his way towards AEW World Championship. Adam Cole sits on the ramp to watch the match. Wardlow puts him into the turnbuckles and hauls him up for an elevated powerbomb. Wardlow wins by pinfall with a last ride. Post-match, the Undisputed Kingdom called Wardlow off as Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Rocky Romero check on Trent after the Devil reveal at World's End. The group is a little cold because both Cole and MJF are not wrestling, but until then, Undisputed Kingdom has to do something before both Adam Cole and MJF are ready to go. For now, Roderick Strong can win the International Championship and Wardlow can have a feud with Samoa Joe as well. That'll keep them busy for a while. Next up, Renee hosts a sit-down between Purrazzo and Toni Storm on the stage. Good face-to-face between the two ladies, possibly building towards Women's Championship match between the two at Revolution. I think Toni will not lose the title until Jamie Hayter comes back, because that's the money feud for both the ladies. Britt Baker can turn heel on Jamie Hayter, and then you can move forward with a possible one-on-one match at All In. Back from commercial, Jon Moxley talks about Blackpool Combat Club and says they win a lot but don't pat each other on the back because there's always a bigger threat, a bigger challenge. And that's what it takes to be the best. Party's over. And in 2024 he'll aim anyone who can't get with the program. And he'll cut his arm out and leave it in the ring if that's what it takes. And he'll do it every single time. Jon Moxley is always good to deliver a good promo. I think Will Ospreay versus Jon Moxley at Revolution should a good start for Will, and Moxley can make him stronger as well. Let's see what happens. We saw some new faces tonight. Taya Valkyria and Johnny TV cut a promo in hideous yellow for coats. And Taya tells Purrazzo she can't cut in line, so she challenges her to a match next week. Next up, Jeff Hardy versus Shane Swerve Strickland. Jeff Hardy is fantastic and he showed it tonight. I can get behind Jeff's singles run as well. Swerve is on another level right now and he's slowly moving towards the world title. Again, like Hangman, he is going to Revolution for triple threat match. So let's see what happens at the pay-per-view. Swerve wins by pinfall with the Swerve Stomp. Back from commercial, Renee interviews Hangman Adam Page before he can say anything. Shane Strickland rolls up to crow about beating Jeff Hardy and being undefeated in 2024. Hangman tells him somebody will knock him down the rankings before he can even get a title match. And Renee tells them they get to pick each other's matches next week. That story is interesting. Now they both can pick each other's opponents. I think they will remain undefeated until Revolution and we will get a triple threat match. Thunder Rosa is back on Dynamite after her win on Collision last week. A quick match against Red Velvet, but the promo after that is quite interesting as she warns the champions. I think she will challenge Julia Hart for TBS Championship, so we will see what happens. Toni Schiavone is in the ring and introduces Darby Allin and Sting. Darby talks about how everyone asks him what it's like to team with Sting, and also that he should slow down so he doesn't retire before him. He talks about seeing Sting's retirement in 2015 and wondering what it would be like if it was him. And when Sting came to AEW, he flew to Sting's house where he had a ring in his garage and they rolled around and Allin quickly came to the conclusion that he's still got it. We see Matthew and Nicholas Jackson watching backstage and Darby says he told Sting he had to end his career on his own terms. And now they're 27-0 and that makes them #1 contenders for the tag titles. He looks Sting in his eyes and tells him he's still got it and asks if Sting wants to end his career as tag champions. The Icon gets on the mic and says he's all in. So we're getting Sting and Darby versus Ricky and Big Bill for the tag team championships in the week's time. Interesting to see who wins it and what is the role of Young Bucks in this. Do they cost Sting and Darby the match, or we can get tag titles main event at Revolution as well against the Young Bucks? Next up is Mogul Embassy versus the Acclaimed for AEW World Trios Championship. Fun match between the two teams, but I think we are building towards Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaimed. The ending of this match just planted a seed for that as they helped the Acclaimed win the match. Jay White Rollers in this thing is gonna be fun to watch and they will get more heat after they turn on the Acclaimed, and we might see Billy Gunn turning heel as well. In the main event, we got Adam Copeland versus Minoru Suzuki. I think the environment for this match is fantastic. Both guys looked excited about this match, especially Adam Copeland. This is the reason why Adam Copeland joins AEW and he is enjoying his time with these matches. Fun match in the main event. Adam Copeland wins by pinfall with Killswitch. Post-match, Copeland gets on the mic and says he's never been hit that hard in his life and offers Suzuki respect and a handshake. Minoru stands up and growls in his face and walks off. Adam shrugs it off like he'd be disappointed if Suzuki had shook his hand. He says Christian Cage doesn't know what kind of war that match was like, and he's still coming for him. So that your story for TNT Championship as well. We will get a stipulation match between them. I suggest 30 minutes Iron Man match is gonna rock. Let's see what happens. That's the show, folks. Dynamite was a solid show tonight. And Collision is gonna be great as well. Also, we got WWE Royal Rumble on Saturday as well. Please guys subscribe my channel, like the video, share it with your friends and keep watching Elite Wrestling World. I will see you guys on Saturday.